are we all right? Last one leg. Yay. I should warn you, I'm not one of those political comedians, although I have recently gained a first in government and politics. Well, I say a first, it's an NVQ. Level 1. Just covers the basics, just expenses, really. So what do we all think about the Jordan debacle? Do we think she should get back together with Peter? Yeah, so do I. And I really mean that, because I will miss that show. I really will. I mean, where else on primetime television can you find an hour-long show devoted to 4 huge tits? Channel 5, possibly? So, have we got any, actually I know what you're probably thinking, she's just a jealous flat-chested cow. And you'd be right, you would be right, because I'm actually saving for a breast I'm saving for some breasts, basically. And I feel a bit like Kevin Costner in Field of Dreams. If I build them, will they come? I'll let you know. Anyone single out there find themselves in the same place as poor old Peter and Jordan? Any single people? No, you bastards. Is it just me? Yeah. It's alright though, because I am single through choice. Yeah, my ex-boyfriends. I did try to remedy that last week by going speed dating. I don't know if you've been speed dating, it's a bit weird. You get to meet about 20 odd guys in about 2 hours, and you get to see a different guy every few minutes. When the whistle blows, they change. And I was dead excited, sat opposite the first guy, and I said, "My name's Joe, what's your name, where'd you come from, what do you do?" And he goes, "Colin, chiropodist, Cock Fosters." So I went, apparently you can't take your own whistle. Should have made that clearer at the beginning. So that didn't go very well. I was physically removed after I did it the 3rd time. I do consider myself, though, a cultured person, ladies and gents. You might be surprised to find that I'm very fond of the works of both Yeats and Kipling. You can't beat a tasteful wine lodge and an exceedingly good cake. I got Brideshead revisited for Christmas. I won't be watching it, I've not seen the first one. I do love a good board game though, don't you? Especially Cluedo, yes. Although I do think they've missed a trick there. I think they should have released a more realistic version, you know, one where you could ask, was it Scott the schoolboy in the playground with a machine gun? I think that would work particularly well for the American market, don't you? I would like to have kids, you know, before it's too late. It's a race against time, isn't it? I'll be living them just as I have some. They do introduce the smacking ban. Twins run in my family. I'd like twin boys myself. And I love those exotic place names. So I'd call my boys Iran and Iraq. I hope they get along. I think I might have been drawn to those names because of my Irish roots, because they do both start with the letters I-R-A. No wonder there's trouble. Did you see on the news the other week the 12-year-old boy that got that 13-year-old girl pregnant? It's a disgrace, isn't it, ladies and gents? I'm nearly 20 and still no joy. I am nearly 20, yeah. And I want to know what their secret is. It's a mystery, isn't it? Like, why doesn't Ryvita come with a free gastric fucking band? I tell you. And I had my little nephew around the other day, he's aged 8, and I said to him, "Johnny, what would you like to be when you grow up?" And he said to me, "Quick, smart, a paedophile." So I'm like, "Johnny, do you know what that means?" "Yes, it means someone that likes playing with children, and I love playing with my friends." Can't really argue that, can you? I tell you what though, I would like to have kids, but the one thing that does really piss me off are pregnant women. Ugh. Well, when I say pregnant women, I don't mean all pregnant women, just the ones where I used to work, constantly shoving their fucking scans in my face like I give a shit. Somebody tell them, no one else cares. I don't care. I got so fed up with it that in the end I got my own scan. And just when they were most busy, I approached their desk and said, "Look at my scan." And they said, "Joe, we didn't know you were having a baby." And I said, "I'm not. It's a brain scan of my malignant tumour." They didn't bother me very much. much of. Anyone read the Da Vinci Code? Yeah. Crap, isn't it? Yeah. What you probably don't know is the prequels to that are much better. The Green Cross Code and the Highway Code. I think there are discussion films about those. The Highway Code, who wrote that? Dick fucking Turpin? Anyway, I'm not perfect by any means, ladies and gents. I still buy tons of stuff off of QVC, even though I know it stands for quite visibly crap. One night stands, they're a funny thing, aren't they? I haven't got one myself. I think you need two, one either side of the bed for symmetry and feng shui purposes. Tell you what else gets on my tits, well, my soon-to-be enlarged, enhanced ones, is all this being green shite. It really does. Round my friends the other night, she's got energy fucking saving light bulbs. I was busting for the loo, so I ran up the stairs, flicked the switch, had a wee, and a surprising yet satisfying shit. Flushed the loo, washed my hands, dried my hands, and just as I was about to flick the switch off, it blinked and yawned into action, giving off less light than a Parkinson's sufferer with a box of matches. Another thing that really does get on my nerves are those kitchen ads. Have you seen them? What do you do in your kitchen? Twats. I got the guy round to give me a quote. I'm not interested in a new kitchen, but it's nice to have a man in the house. And he said to me, Joe, what do you do in your kitchen? And I said to him, Steve, and that was his name. I'll be honest with you, Steve, I mainly lie on the floor, clutching a bottle of vodka, crying, eating cake and vomiting. Design away. He's not got back to me on that one yet. I tell you what else I really love, ladies and gents, is a good piece of music, especially from the James Blunt. I think every lady, whether she admits it or not, gets her James Blunt out in times of distress. I tell you what, it's nearly time for me to sign off, ladies and gents, and I was thinking, all comedians sign off in the same fashion, don't they? They go, I've been Joe Burke, you've been fantastic, thanks very much and good night. And I thought, what about if other professions took a leaf out of the old comedy book there? Perhaps you could have this scenario in the consultation room. Right then, Mrs. Smith, it's time for me to wrap up. I've been Dr. Evans, you've got 6 months to live. Enjoy the rest of your short life. I've been Joe Burke, thanks very much, you've been fantastic, thank you very much.
And Jordan's putting up with terrible news, apparently their towns will live on. So that's good. You've been fantastic. Thanks for being